Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. I'm glad you're here. It's another Tiny Tuesday. We do have our little book here, but I wanted to talk about something really quick, just in case other people were curious sometimes about some of the things that, I do. This is a tray I have. I think people have seen this tray that I have used. I've had this tray for a really long time. It was my grandma's. I've had to patch it because it was kind of cracking on one side, so it's just taped, whatever. But anyway, this is one of the trays I take in the car. So when I'm not driving, because clearly I couldn't do this when I was driving, I grab something to work on because it's hard for me to sit still. So I usually grab some stuff to work on. So this time I dumped my little scrap bucket that I have on my desk, and then I grabbed a little handful of other scraps from my scrap bin because I was like, you know what, I can work on some clusters. So I usually have another little tray that can sit inside the other one, and then I usually grab, if I'm doing clusters or working with scraps, this is one thing that I do, is I'll have my little stapler, extra staples, and then just depending on how crazy I'm going or how long we're in the car for, my glue stick. I got to take this stuff out now because I use it pretty regularly. This is that glue bottle that busted on me. So I was like, you know what? I'll bring that to maybe use some of it if I need to. And then a scissors of some sort. Generally, when I'm in the car with the scissors, I like to have a case that I can stick it in. And this one is not a sharp, pointy one either, just in case. Although I do sew and other things like that in the car too. So I always have like sharp scissors and stuff like that. So, but anyway, those are like the tools that I brought with. And then in the scraps that I had, I came across these little tiny envelopes that had somehow ended up in my scrap bin, but they needed to finish being trimmed out. And I had this stencil to make these little tiny envelopes. So here they are. And these little papers that I had, I don't know how long ago I was doing something. So they ended up in the scrap bin. So I finished trimming them out and I'm like, you know what? I need to make these into tiny envelopes. So here's one little tiny. Anyway, but then this is what I ended up making. So just in the car going through just my scrap bin here. Maybe it's harder to see on this. Let me just pull these friends out. And then of course I have more scraps here, more schnibblies. But I basically just was making some clusters from my scraps, looking at some stuff, trying to decide, oh, what can I do? What can I make? So I just start going. And I just kind of started throwing little things together, matching things as I went. And then, and I'll, oh, like that's left over from this project. That's left over from that project. But I know I'm going to be working on this blue kind of ocean journal. So I was like, oh, perfect. So I'm going to set some of those aside to go with that journal that I'm working on. And that might go with it too. But just some really cute, fun, that's more green, so that won't go as much, but really cute little clusters that I made. And then I came across this really old scrap of paper, and it was a square. And then it had the word Ruth written on it, and I think this was from a bag of buttons, like old buttons or something that I had, and this little tag had been stapled to this little old bag of buttons. And then I had some other scraps, and I had this button card in there, and I decided I would make it into a cute little tag because the name Ruth is actually my character in a game that I play. That's her name. So I kind of incorporated stuff that I thought made sense for her on there, and I'll use it in something, or I'll just tuck it away or hang it up, or just a fun little thing that I made just for no particular reason other than I was inspired by this little scrap. So I just wanted to share that really quick with you guys, and then talk about what we can do with some of our scraps. And if you're like me and need something to do in the car, I thought I would share that little thing as well. So let's go ahead and get started in our tiny, because I also have no idea what we're doing with that, but I know I have to zoom in, so I have to like get up on my stool so we can see a little better. There we go. Okay, so let's get going. I hope you're having a great day. And we are getting close to the end of our tiny journal. And it's so as of this week, I've been working in this journal for 1 entire year. So that is, I'm pretty sure it's 1 year. I need to double check and look back. I mean, it may be over that at this point. I still really like how that one turned out. So anyway, we're getting through it. I know I had some more comments on like the size of the journal and stuff like that too. So just as a quick refresh, I grab a ruler. This journal is about 2 inches wide, or it started out as about 2 inches wide and 3 inches tall. Clearly it is not what it used to be when it came to binding size. So I can't really give you an accurate statement because she's gotten very, very thick, full of wonder and magic and creativity and fun. So that, and as to the number of pages, I don't know exactly. So this many. I think I made a guess as to how many pages are in it, and I'm not exactly sure. I want to say there were maybe 50 sheets that were in it, so that's quite a few. It could be less than that. I don't know. I'd have to really sit and count, and I'm not planning on doing that anytime soon. Anyway, I have these really bright scraps, and I thought let's go ahead and do something with them. I don't know. Because I was working on something and these are some leftover little schnibblies. So I think I'm just going to start layering in because I have some really fun colors here, and then use some glue. And you know what, I might try and use up some of this friend since it's not, since the bottle is blown on the side. So I'm just going to spread some glue on here and start putting on some of these scraps. All right, this is what we're doing. This is what I'm gonna do today. Just need some glue on here. Okay. Make do with what you got, right? So I'm just gonna start layering some scraps and then we'll see where it leads us. I like these oranges that we have happening. These are leftover from jelly plate or some jelly printing that I had done. I like this friend. And I'll trim the edges down afterward, I think. Not overly worried. Okay, let's get some more glue over here. Come on. Just layer it up. See what we have happen. For the fun. For the fun. Okay. I need some more on this end. So I hope you're doing something fun for yourself. It's holiday for us here today. My son is not in school today because of that. We went out to my twin sister's house yesterday because that is where my little pop-up camper is being stored. Ooh, okay, now we got some glue here. And trying to get some more work done on it as it needs. We discovered where there was a leak. So finally, we had started working on it, my partner and I, and now so we have to strip off a bunch of the old silicone, like for that was used to seal a bunch of things, and go around where the vent is in the top. That's where we found out it had been leaking. So I'm hoping that I can, or he and I can, get it all sealed, get that vent all taken care of, because I like my little camper. Let's see, I want another piece of that purple. Do I have another piece of that purple someplace? It's a polka dot. I like the polka dot. Polka dot. Maybe I used it all. Polka dot. Oh, is this it? Yes. Okay, great. So these scraps that I have left over are from the video I believe that you'll see. I've recorded a couple videos this week, or the last few days, to try and kind of get caught up again in case I have a cushion. Because I like to have things out ahead of time, or record a little bit ahead of time, just in case life happens, gets a little interesting. And so I'm prepared and have things to put out. So have some fun things. I have a flip through that I recorded of a journal I made a while ago, and another little how-to coming up for some fun little journal stuff. Let's see, up here maybe, not sure. I like this orange and I like the purple contrast. I feel like we're about good with adding this stuff on here. Maybe another little polka dot piece over here, this lighter color, maybe on this side, maybe just this. Okay, and then see what we do. So anyway, we were at my sister's house like all day long yesterday. Had a little cookout with my parents, who also live there on the same farm. And she let her kids know, as many of her kids as could, to come on over. So that was nice. I got to see the oldest of her kids, who is now 20 something, and I think he just turned 21, maybe 22, I'm not quite sure. And then my other nephew that just graduated from high school this year, and his girlfriend were there too. And so that was really nice to see them. And then of course her teenage daughter and preteen son. So, and then my parents, my partner. So we had a really nice time hanging out. We played Cube, which is a yard game. It's a Scandinavian yard game. You have wooden blocks and stuff, and then throw the sticks to knock over the blocks, and it was really fun. We had a really good time doing that. All right, so what do we want to put on here? I feel like we need a little focal point or something. I wonder if I have anything in my little bin of scraps here that might be good. Let's have a quick peek. These are kind of fun. Oh, okay. I think that might be otherwise a part of a butterfly. Let's see what else is in here. Little fun scrappy bin. All kinds of weird stuff, because I've been cleaning out things too and going through and organizing and sorting, and as I've been doing that, I keep finding things in weird places that I'm like, why was that ever even there? It needs to not. And then trying to figure out where it needs to go. What's a better place? Oh, here's a fun little square. And let's see what we got. Anything really interesting jumping out? I feel like a lot of these are upside down, so it's harder to see what's in here. Okay, I think we might go with, I'm gonna take my staples out of there before I forget. It's another little square. We have a third square. Yes. A color that's fun. Brown. Not as fun, but we can work with it. Here's an orange one. Oh, okay, here we go. I think, let's see. Do we like squares sticking off? Do we want that? Do we want to draw them? What do we want to do? I liked these kind of over. If I cut these friends out, maybe. Where's my Stabilo? Okay, let's do that. I'm going to use this as a stencil to make some shapes. Just make some shapes on here. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let's try this. See if we can get this one to work down here. Okay, that's pretty good. Not exactly what I was planning with squares, but that's okay. Where's my water brush? Water brush. And let's see, what else? What's next? What else do we want to do for this page? Just kind of a bright, fun thing. I feel like we could put something in each one of these, but I don't know what. Let me see. Do I have a word, or you know what? Let's do this. Okay. I don't know why, but that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do it. Oh, that was a lot of glue. Come with me, friend. Guess I know which glue I'm gonna try and use up today if I do any more stuff. hopefully that'll stay on there pretty well. It's kind of in the rounded part of that, so it's going to be stinkery, I'm sure. Okay, now anything else? Should have gotten my number stamp out. I feel like we need some splatters, blue splatters. Let's do some splatters. And I'm gonna wipe this off quick before I have an issue and get glue everywhere. Yeah, I think blue splatters. Now, where's my splatter brush? I washed it and it is not here, I think. Luckily, I have another. Oop. Okay, I like it. It's fun. It's now become a little messier than I originally intended, but I don't really care because I like it. And that's really all that matters. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to pick up some of this on my other scraps. Why not? Should have had a blotter down, but that's okay. It is what it is. We need to stamp this, and today is September 1st. Can't really see that. I kind of put it right into the letter, but that's okay. Let's put a couple more. And that's in a wet spot, but it's fine. Let's put one up here. Cool. I dig it. I dig it. It's armor. I like it a lot. I'll put you up there. Okay, anyway, that is all for today. Hope you guys have a good one. And I'm going to bring this up close so we can see. Hopefully I can get up there. I do have to make some changes with my stool and situation, but that's okay. So here you go. Bright colors today. At least some bright colors. All right. Art with your heart. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And have a fantastic day.